Hello everybody. Today we're going to be comparing Tower's version 7.9 stats to their version 8.0 stats. The whole reason why I made this because CapCut, that is the website I was using to make those garbage other videos Tower's reacting to their balancing. Not only were the videos just so boring, just a bunch of yap, but it also took a bunch of time to make, and CapCut is just making everything paid. So it's like one of the worst softwares ever. I'll probably find a new one, but that's it for now. Anyways, guys, the towers that I will be showing you today is Josh, Sheriff, Francis, Marksman, and
Watching the
Mechanic.
best mechanic in LS do for you.
So without further ado, let's begin, and let me show you these guys balancing. First, let's talk about Josh. Josh is one of many support towers in the tower defense. In version 7.9, at level 1, he has a fire rate of 0. But when he uses his ability, he gets a fire rate of 10%. This boosts the tower's fire rate by 10%. Moving on to level 2, his passive is now 10%. After paying, you actually get a passive fire rate. With his ability, you gain 10% extra, giving you a total of 20% fire rate buff at level 2. At level 3 and 7.9 is the worst level. But at level 3, I actually had to make sure this was true, because I haven't played it that long, but for some reason, it's still 10, the passive. However, when you do the ability, you get 5% extra. Probably the worst level ever. Level 4, we have 14%. It's actually 15, but our bite system was broken. Well, when using the ability, you gain 30%. Also, about the 14%, it actually gives 15. And if moving on to max level, the passive is 25 and the ability is 40. This is horrible, and Josh is one of the worst towers in the game. Luckily, he isn't that bad because all the towers are OP. After considering my options, I was going to place Josh in B, but I've decided to place him in C. Just because of how horrible the level 3 upgrade really is in version 7.9. I have actually, I'm shocked myself. I thought I was maybe not paying attention because the percentage of the passive didn't even change, making level 3 basically useless. It's a support tower, getting rid of its share, making Josh shoot. It's a support, so its damage is extremely low. And you can't spam Josh, you can only have one Josh, so there's no point. Moving on to Josh from 8.0. At level 1, he already gives a passive fire rate boost of 5%. But when you use it, you get 10%, already being better than the original. At level 2, he gets 10%, but when you use his ability, 20%. It's the same. Level 2 didn't get changed. When you go to level 3, he gets a 15%, so it actually goes up. Then when you use his ability, it gets 25%. So it's the the ability is the same, but the passive actually goes up. For level 4, the passive is 20%. When you use the ability, it's 35%, which is already way better. Am I right? Yeah, that's 5% more. But for max level, you get 25%, but you get an additional 25% when you use the ability, giving your towers half the original cooldown, which is really good. So, after we reviewed Josh in version 8.0, and after my decision and his rebalance, his damage didn't get touched, he's still bad with damage, but that's expected with a support tower, like Watcher, who doesn't even damage at all, but he does have an ability that deals damage. But after considering, Josh should be almost top of the A tier. Anyways, let's move on to Sheriff. Sheriff has a unique ability to him. He can do criticals. They're RNG based though, so it makes a lot of people hate the tower. However, if you're lucky, he can be really overpowered. He is also the only RNG tower in NTD so far from making this video or when it's uploaded. Sheriff is one of my favorite towers in the game. He was recently in 8.0 fixed, worked on, and rebalanced. Basically just redone because the critical system was really bad. You from level 1 to level 5, he has chances to hit criticals. Level 1, he has a 10% chance of getting a critical. At level 2, he has 18%. At level 3, he has 25%. Level 4, he has 28%. And at level 5, he has 35%. He is really good. Those chances seem really low, but it's not noticeable, or at least for me. Maybe I'm just lucky with Sheriff. Don't know. Don't care. But it's hard to balance a tower based off RNG. I don't know if you guys knew this, but if I nerf a tower into the ground, the RNG chances gets lower. And even if the RNG chances were high, the damage would be really bad. So it's kind of impossible to balance an RNG tower or anything related to RNG. A lot of people or other developers don't know this, but balancing RNG is practically impossible. Now, if you mention any game that couldn't balance that, it's just because you're lucky or the people are lucky. It's not balanceable. The only way you could balance it is everybody gambles for something and they all get the same thing. That's the only way you can really balance it. And comparing this to Sheriff from version 7.9, just ew. It's just a disappointment. So first of all, it's definitely overpowered as shit. I'll give it that. But the issue I have is first of all, just look at the criticals, bro. This looks horrible. It's not even centered. It's like somebody didn't even try. The good thing is, at least it works. The bad thing is, it doesn't look good visually. Didn't really have a good UI designer back then. It was low-key just bottom of the barrel. Just anything we could pull out of the bin. But yeah, the reload animations were also broken back then. I don't know if you can see in the video or if you're even paying attention, but the reload animations are tweaking out. Anyways, after getting my eyes burned off by how poorly this version 7.9 critical hit was made, I have decided to put Sheriff in S tier. Since he's still really overpowered in 8.0. Not really overpowered, just good. He's good overall. I would use him in my loadouts. And in the original version 7.9, saying original, because that's a version you guys know, because 8.0 hasn't been released after a year. But basically, I would say he's an S tier. Because you saw the video, he destroyed those bosses without hesitation. Even in the first clip I showed you, Sheriff, that was version 8.0. That was one max Sheriff. You see how much damage he did to that beholder in a little bit of time. He is RNG based, so the outcome is different every time. Moving on to Francis. About Francis, he's in verse 7.9, just a better version of Soldier. Plays less, but he deals way more damage and you get way more money for it. But since the beginning of version 7.9, something was planned. Hero towers for version 8.0 It's like one of the most hyped up features, I believe. I think. People probably don't even know about it because half of them aren't even in the Discord server. But it was pretty hyped up. And Francis, it was the first hero tower coded. Yeah, I'm correct. He has 3 abilities: an airstrike, a grenade, and a medkit. In the video, you can probably see me clicking a bunch of stuff and him doing his work. He also has a passive that gives any tower near him a 12% range boost at max level, and at level 4 it gives a 5% range boost. Francis is probably a really good tower, very defensive. Whoa, a tower defense game where you have to defend? Fred, you're a retard. No, but basically, I mean, like, let's say Crimson Spire, he can jump from every side. He can probably, with his abilities, just get rid of anything. The grenade will take out hordes of enemies. If you're not aware, Crimson Spire is the Red Cliff mode that everybody's basically been waiting for. Or I don't know what people actually wait for. Can you actually guys tell me in the comments down below what you're even waiting for version 8.0? And if you're not on the Discord server or never read, then you probably can't answer this because you probably don't know anything. Anyways, there's not much to really say about Francis in version 7.9. Like I explained in the beginning, he's basically just a better soldier, more worth your money. I wasn't referencing to 8.0, I was referring to version 7.9. 8.0, hero towers you only place 1 of. In version 7.9, you can place like 5 Francis, I believe. Anyways, yeah, you can kind of see the stats. We didn't really change them for the hero. He got like abilities that are really good and useful. He's also a healer. I'm pretty sure it showed that too in version 8.0. But in version 7.9, all this guy does is have a really fast burst attack. Anyways, let's keep it short and simple for Francis. He's useless in version 7.9, but he's really good in version 8.0. So I would probably just give him one of the highest A tiers. Probably second of A tier. Next, we have MarksMan. Next up, we have MarksMan. Recently, for some odd reason, my brain looked at MarksMan and said, and now I'm addicted to using him. He's honestly really good after I fully rebalance him. You guys should be happy I got addicted to MarksMan somehow, because his critical was broken. It got fixed. His balancing was horrible. Have you guys ever used MarksMan? If you have, then you probably never used them again. I just saw that. I almost had a heart attack on how bad the balancing was. Anyways, he got cool new animations that a lot of people like. Or at least the 5 people that still wait for 8.0. Oh, sorry, the 5 people that talk in the Discord server. The Discord server is more active than the game currently. Excuse me. Anyways, he now does way more damage. His cooldown is lower. And guys, guess what? Level 5 doesn't nerf MarksMan anymore. Somebody said that was for balancing that we did that. No, I don't know what I was doing that day. It's like the same thing, like in the beginning. I think it was. I remember mentioning it in this video before, but it was something about a tower being unbalanced too. I don't remember. Oh, it was John's level 3. Yeah, I had to go look at it actually, but that was actually so bad, bro. The balancing for that. The balancing for this was even worse than John's. John's had 1 level that was horrible. Well, at least really bad. All these levels suck. So the only reason why you would ever use MarksMan, guys, is to spam level 1. There's no other reason to use him. However, in version 8.0, he is very useful. Not only does his critical work, it works! Yes, it does. But basically, the critical, how it works, is when MarksMan locks onto an enemy, it plays an effect and puts a symbol on them. And that buffs any damage that dealt to him. It multiplies it by. So let's say I do 1 damage to it. No, that can't be multiplied. So basically, if it can't be multiplied, it won't do it. But basically, let's say 10 damage. He gives a 35% extra damage boost. So that's 10. That's basically 35% more. So 13 damage or 14. I don't know how the new system works yet. It hasn't tested that. But basically, when a tower shoots the enemy with the damage buff, it deals more damage. So for MarksMan, I would place him at S tier, above Sheriff. He literally buffs damage. He was meant to do this in version 7.9, but due to a bug, he couldn't. I don't think this should be an argument. I feel like he should belong in S tier. Like, why would you not want 35% extra damage? It does 35% extra damage on everything. Towers, summons, support, whatever. I don't know why I said support was a separate thing. But you get the point. Even summons get the damage buff. Because it's all the damage the enemy gets. If a summon damages the enemy, their damage also gets buffed against that. Anyways, after so long, we finally move on to our last person, Mechanic. And I'm just warning you guys, the change is huge. Remember you guys got the beat over an orchard? That's torture of a map. Back when every tower was almost useless, except for like 5. Yeah, not only is over an orchard coming back, but so is Mechanic. Because the video just shows you comparison already. Mechanic is a tower that fully relies on its summons. Mechanic himself is pretty useful. Also, I do want to spoil one feature. Francis and Ellie, they're both healers. If you don't know who Ellie is, she's a nurse tower who heals towers. Yeah. Really simple. Anyways, they will not be able to heal robotic creatures like Robot Noob, Mech 11. Yeah, that's the ones I kind of know out of the top of my head. I think that's the only 2. Otherwise, but you get the point. Robot Noob and Mech 11. They won't be able to heal them because they're robots, not living beings. Mechanic, however, is able to heal them. So there's a reason to have Mechanic. Anyways, in the video, you can literally see the comparison to how much Mechanic summons, bro. Mechanic summons Biker, Motorcycler, and Rotorcycler were replaced by Biker 1, Biker 2, and Biker 3. Biker 1 spawns on level 1 to level 3. No, 1 to level 4. However, on level 4, Biker 2 spawns too. And at level 5, Biker 3 spawns. If you spam Mechanic, or at least get the maximum amount, you basically have a biker army. You got like a little motorcycle gang. In my opinion, Mechanic is really good, and we're gonna place him at S tier. I want to thank you guys for watching. There's a somehow 20-minute video. When I was making it, I did not know this was gonna be that long. But oh well. Anyways, stay tuned for 8.0.
Perhaps it was never meant to arrive. You've seen it, haven't you? The egg in the sky. They call it splice. When v8.0 finally arrives, everybody will be on the wrong side, and we will fall into chaos. Prevent it. 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 Prevent it.